All right, so nickel 335 coverages. The first coverage I'm going to show you is a coverage that is really good for um, exterior basic routes. This is kind of the meta coverage. This is something that I would say is kind of one of the base coverages that I will run. And this coverage is simply designed to force your opponent to have to throw over the middle of the field. They're either going to have to throw um, post routes, slant routes, curls. They're going to have to throw underneath over the middle. They're really not going to be able to throw outside, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So here, I'm just going to grab bunch. Bunch is fine. And we're going to take a look at the play. Let's not look at that play right now. Let's look at trip side in. Let's not look at the trip side in right now. Let's see here. Let's just grab bunch. Bunch is fine. And we're just going to look at the play Z spot. So your coaching adjustments for this coverage shell is to go auto flip is off. Auto alignment is set to man. You want ball and air defense to play ball. Now zone drops. This is really important. Your curl flats are going to be set at 20 yards. That's what you want them at. Hook curls, 10 yards. And flat routes, for this type of coverage shell, we don't really use flats, so 15 is fine. And this is primarily covered to man adjustments. So free safety middle is what I'm going to come out in. I'm going to audible to cover 2 man, and then from there what I'm going to do is I'm going to press coverage, shade coverage outside first, then shade coverage over top, pinch my defensive line, crash my defensive line to the left, and run the 4-man setup here. And then I'm going to take both of my safeties and I'm going to put them in purple zones. And what that's going to allow me to do is basically it's going to allow me to take away any crossers that they're going to be doing. And you're going to see your base rush is going to be just fine. You're going to get A-gap pressure, and there's really nowhere to go. Now, your job is the running back. Most of the time, they're going to keep the running back in to block because of the pressure you're going to be able to send at them. But you'll see right here, this is your coverage. You see there, the pressure does come in. I do want to showcase this here. So C route, no. Corner route, no. This little spot and go route that a lot of people like. When he breaks right here, you see Stephon Gilmore's going to be able to hang with him. The only thing is the running back, and that's just because I didn't go cover him. But you see how this coverage is going to lock pretty much everything up. If they run let's say they run verticals. So we're going to run the same thing. Again, shade your coverage outside before you shade it over top. That's going to help you with getting burnt over the top. And all you're going to do, snap on the ball, you're going to see these crossing routes, which normally get open, are not going to be open really at all. So then what the offense is going to do is they're going to try to go to some type of crossing route or some type of post route. And let me just show you. They're going to go to the route PA cross. So again, you're going to audible your cover team in, press coverage, pinch your line, crash your line right, contain, and then you're going to be dropping your guys in purples. Remember, your job is the running back. In this example, we're going to keep the block in, and what you'll see at the snap of the ball is the crosser. Really, there's no window to throw it. If they do try to throw it, you're going to get a lot of interceptions. Remember to shade outside and over top. And remember to drop these guys into purple zones. Now watch this cross route. Throw it right there, and you see it's going to throw right into a purple zone, and you're going to be able to pick that off. Now, this is a very basic coverage shell, but think about what routes are going to be open. Think about what are the routes. Ask yourself the question: what are the routes that are going to be open with this? Again, your cover 2 man, all you're doing is pressing, pinching your line, setting up your 4-man setup. Then you're going to shade outside and over top, and then you're going to drop your safeties into purple zones. Now that shade is really, really critical to the play being effective, but you'll see these post routes really aren't there. So the biggest thing that you're going to be vulnerable to from this specific coverage is out routes, like from the slot, or drag routes, or post routes, and post routes that you are not able to use her. And so we're going to show you how to lock those up in the next portion, in the next coverage. But this is coverage 1. This is the base coverage. If they beat this coverage, most people can beat this coverage by this point in the year. But if they can't beat this coverage, run this coverage till the cows come home.